Let's get ready to rumble! Wow, guys, we have an action-packed card tonight. We have the Recoil Audio RPM 365 component set going up against the CT Sounds Meso 6.5 three-way component set. Both of these sets are currently priced at $249.95, and they are both similar but not the same. Yes, that's right, folks. I have been informed by a few different people out there that there is a rumor going around that these are the same drivers. While Recoil could conceivably be producing the drivers for CT Sounds, these two are definitely not the same, though they do have a lot of interesting similarities. Let's go over all that. We're going to start with CT Sounds today. The CT Sounds kit comes with a 6.5-inch three-way component speaker set and gives you 125 watts RMS total system power. It has a very nice mid-range and tweeter, and it is a beautiful thing to look at. So considering that, let's look at the Recoil set. The Recoil set is a 6.5-inch three-way component set that gives you an 80 watts of RMS total power handling and another mid-range and tweeter combined to give you a nice fluid sound. So what's the difference between these two? It sounds very similar, right? Okay, let's get down to it. The Recoil set has an RMS rating of 80 watts. The CT Sounds set has an RMS rating of 125 watts. The sensitivity on that Recoil set is 91 decibels per meter at 1 watt. And the CT Sounds sensitivity is 89 decibels per meter at 1 watt. The CT Sounds has a voice coil of 1.4 inches. The Recoil has a voice coil of 1.2 inches. Both have ferrite magnets on the woofers. Both have mid-range neodymium magnets. Both have tweeters have neo magnets also. The Recoil has a woofer material of cotton fiber paper cone. It's a pressed cotton fiber paper. It's very good for sound reproduction. The woofer material on the CT Sounds is a fiberglass with a rubber surround. The funny thing is, on the CT Sounds, it lists the mid-range as being a 3-inch in one place and a 3.5-inch in another place. On the Recoil Audio, it doesn't list the size of the mid-range at all. Both of them, though, have 1-inch soak-dome tweeters, so that's a plus. Both come with grills and crossovers. Both have very nice looks, and both are $249 as of 11/11/23. Here's where things get a little bit weird. The CT Sounds driver set has got infinitely more specs available for every driver and for the crossover system. It is a wealth of information, like all the information. Unfortunately, the Recoil Audio component set comes with basically cereal box level of information. It's got fruits, it's got brown things, it sparkles, it's sweet, you like it, eat it. That's basically what it says. Doesn't give you much. On the other hand, the specs for the CT Sound set read like a very detailed ingredients list for a very complicated thing. I mean, they literally give you everything. So there are several scoring categories here, and we're going to go through a few of the different ones. The first is the fact that the response range on the Recoil audio is 60 hertz for the set to 20,000 hertz. The response range on the CT Sounds is 50 hertz to 20,000 hertz. That's a little bit of a bonus. Having it be able to play a little bit lower may be a big deal in certain installs. If you don't have some good fatty low range, upfront woofer action going on, being able to play down to 50 hertz, that might be your jam. Of course, given that statement, 60 hertz is still ridiculously low for a mid woofer to play. So it's not really an issue. It is something to keep in mind. It depends on your setup. The cotton fiber cone versus the fiberglass cone. There's not a tremendous amount of sonic difference there. The fiberglass cone is more akin to what Focal uses. So if you like the Focal sound and their little woofer, if you like that sound, then these will probably get you somewhere close to that sound. However, the paper cone on the Recoil audio set is probably going to be quite the opposite. With that paper wool cone, I've heard a lot of drivers with that type of cone, and it's usually a much more soft, blending, pleasant sound. It's not as impactful. It's not as crashing and smashing as that fiber cone can be. Of course, these are nuanced differences. There's not going to be night and day difference between the two. It's just one's going to lean a little more towards one thing, where one's going to lean a little bit more towards something else. I find the paper and pressed wool paper combos to be more pleasant to listen to, but that's just me. It's not everybody. All in all, you're looking at a set of drivers that are priced the same. As far as I can tell, they give you the same central function, size, placement. Crossover points are going to be similar. I have to say, I do like the way the crossover network looks. The overall presentation of the crossover network on the Recoil audio set better. However, I think that the components in the crossover network for the CT Sounds crossover may be of a better quality. It's a small difference between the two. Most people won't even notice anything between these two. They're going to sound the same. I'm picking them apart on purpose. I'm trying to find the little edges here and there that give one a slightly higher edge than the other. The thing that sells me, though, I think, is a couple of things. One, the cone material on the driver for the Recoil, I like it better. For the woofer driver, the mid-range is the same. It has the same cone on both. The woofers and the mids both have the same cones on both. The tweeters are both silk domes. I like the paper wool pulp better than the fiberglass, but not a lot better, just a little better. And I like, more importantly, the fact that CT Sounds gives you a ton of information. So if you want to build a system and shop by specs and details and things that are important, CT Sounds tells you. Recoil, on the other hand, does not. It's like, here you go. It's a cheeseburger. Just eat it and shut up. Is it the same cheeseburger as the other guy? Maybe. He didn't find out. I don't know. It's got burger and a bun. There you go. I don't know. This is a close one to call. So all the factors in this could go either way, and I'm just going to have to pick a winner because it goes back and forth. There's bonuses both directions. The one thing that gets me though is the fact that CT Sounds is providing all the information. Whenever you're giving away the information to where people can make educated decisions, that means a lot to me. It does. And that's literally the only thing I would vote CT Sounds on top or as a winner is the fact that they're giving me a lot of information, and that helps. They have a slightly higher RMS rating. They've got a slightly wider response range for the overall. Those are tiny little bumps that eke out the win for CT Sounds. Does that mean I wouldn't recommend this exact set of Recoil audio drivers? No, I would absolutely recommend both. You know, especially depending on how you're going to put them in, how you're going to display them, what other components are you going to be putting in the system, or you're going to be running them active or passive. It's so many different details that can change back and forth between these guys. But if I'm just judging off of the basic stuff, not knowing anything else, I would have to choose CT Sounds in this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, I know I'm all over the place, be sure and hit the little round button down there. It should be right about here, right inside there, to see if you can hit that target. And if you guys want to support me, my Patreon link is going to be down below. Plus, you can subscribe to the channel, which is a big, huge boon for me. And you can become a member on the channel as well. I haven't got many perks yet, but one perk is that you're awesome, and you'll be awesome with the rest of these awesome people. Anyway, guys,